Welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans. The talk, and we hope it's making you think too, program that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so-called African American didn't find his way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the indigenous one. And tonight, the program is going to be on accountability. Accountability. How we see things right in our face, but we just skip over what we see and just go to a narrative that's given to us. And I want to give you an example of that before we get to our guest. Was talking to a friend of mine today, and we're African, we're African, we're African. She's an older sister. She's like in her mid 60s. And she said, you don't have no proof that we didn't come from Africa. I said, yes, I do. And she was like, well, what's the proof? I'm like, you've heard of the story that everybody gives about some slave ship down in Alabama called the Clotilde. It was supposed to be the last slave ship in America. She goes, yeah, and they live in a place called Africa Town. And she was like, yeah. I said, okay, if that was true, wouldn't the people who are arriving here from Africa today go to Africa Town and take DNA against test against those people to prove that they're their people, to have a stronger case in world court against crimes against humanity against those people? She totally ignored what I said and just stuck to, we African, we're African. That's what Chief Cali is going to hit tonight. Accountability. How, when shit is staring us right in our face, we'll go with the bullshit narrative. So without any further ado, Chief Cali, welcome to African Americans Ain't African. Give it to us, brother.
Hey, Alito, bro.
What's happening?
I finally made it. I feel like I'm on the Breakfast Club, man. I finally made it here.
The Breakfast Club.
Nah, I'm just
I know you playing. But man, with this accountability, man, I know what you want to get into, but I want to surprise the audience because you absolutely right. And I see that we use our emotions and all of that. And I know we don't want to have no accountability, but is that emotional bullshit that we own? Is that the thing to push us away from what's really happening to us? Because I know all we do is get emotional. What is that?
Yeah, it's definitely what we do. And this is why they play on our emotions, because that's exactly what they expect us to do: get emotional and not look at facts in our face. This is what we deal with. And before I get started, let me just tell y'all, for those of you who are not used to me, when I speak, I'm not screaming, I'm not yelling. I'm just very passionate when I speak. I'm just very passionate when I speak. It's hard to keep my voice low when I'm feeling something or when I'm speaking on something. So don't take my passion as anger or anything. It's hard for me to keep my voice low. But yes, sir. I would say that's exactly what we deal with. We don't like to take accountability for a lot of things we do. Just for a lot of things we do, period, as a people. You get what I'm saying? Even as you're talking about the sister, about the whole African thing. Nobody wants to be accountable for not digging deeper than the surface. You get what I'm saying? We still want to run with the narrative that they gave us. You get what I'm saying? Because we don't want to be accountable of, why didn't you dig deeper than the surface to find out? Why haven't you done your genealogy? Why haven't you found out who your fourth great grandmother is? You get what I'm saying? We don't want to take accountability. We claim we want truth. So many of us claim we want truth. But then when truth is put in your face, cognitive dissonance at a major level is what we deal with. Very much cognitive dissonance.
So with this thing that's going on in Wisconsin, where this brother getting shot in the back, I didn't look at the video until I talked to you about it. And when I looked at it, I was like, God damn. Yeah. You're right. It's right in our face.
Yeah. Well,
run us through that run us through the whole scene, and then show us what just are we missing.
So everybody's up in arms about the brother in Wisconsin, Jacob Blake, right? And this is what we talk about. They play on our emotions. You get what I'm saying? And we don't look into things deeper than the surface, right? So everybody's up in arms about Jacob Blake and being shot in the back 7 times, and it's unjust, and they want to riot, they want to tear down a city, all of this, right? Now, this is my thing. This is my thing. I'm just not the type of person. See, what they're doing is they're playing on your emotions right now. Your emotions are being played with right now, right? I'm just not the type of person who's easily impressed just because of someone with the same skin color as me. I'm not the type of person who's just going to ride with one of us because you're one of us. I'm just not that person. I'm someone who's going to look at everything from A to Z. What a lot of us are doing with this situation is we're getting in our feelings, we're getting in our emotions, and we're jumping from A all the way to Z. And we're going to ignore B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. We're going to ignore everything else in the middle before we get to Z. Because we want to stick to this victim claiming that we do. We want to stick to blaming the oppressor, pointing our finger at the white man, right? These are the things we do. We want to jump straight to that. But we don't want to be accountable for what may have led up to things. So, on my page, I'm called all kind of sellouts. I'm called all kind of coons. I'm being disrespected on my page, all because I don't choose to run with the narrative the media is putting out here. And I don't choose to run with the emotions many of you are running with without looking at the facts right in front of your face, because you want to get to the racist part of this. You want to jump straight to the shooting. So what I try to do, right? What I do, this is the thing. I did an example on my page, right? And I did a few examples, but let me show you how I think, right? I have a cousin. A lot of y'all may know Riquito Slim Bull. That's my younger cousin, right? Well, one day I was dealing with a situation with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Well, not even Bone Thugs and Harmony. It was the Mo Thug family. Shooting videos for Soulja Boy and the Poetic Hustlers. I shot their last videos and all of this, right? Well, I went through a situation where I was filming Poetic Hustlers and I was filming Soulja Boy at this time. But I took out of my time, right, to film one of their artists, right? I'm not getting paid to film this guy. But anyway, to make a long story short, I shoot this guy's video, right? He gets mad because I didn't put as much into his video, which he didn't pay me a dime for. I didn't put as much work into his video as I put into Soulja Boy's and the Poetic Hustlers video, right? So he gets on Facebook and he's going in on me, talking trash. Well, I get in my feelings. I see this dude that didn't pay me a dime for a video. He's never had a video shot, but he's mad because I didn't put my heart into his non-payment video as I did into Soulja Boy's and Poetic Hustlers. Well, I get on Facebook and I'm going in on the dude. Blah, blah, blah. My cousin hits me up and my cousin says to me, he says, "Hey, cuz," he said, "Who are you really mad at right now? Who are you really mad at?" I said, "Man, cuz, this nigga ain't, I'm going in. He ain't doing that." He said, "Cuz, stop." I hear you. He said, but ask yourself, who are you really mad at? Are you really mad at him? Or are you mad at yourself? Because you put yourself in a position to let him come at you like that. Why did you even shoot this video? You wasn't there for him. So I say all that to say this. That question right there changed my life. That question is how I move through life now. For years, this is how I raise my kids. This is how I teach my kids. That question became very, very big in my life. So when I'm looking at things, right? For instance, my son had a situation at school, right? I'm taking y'all somewhere. Walk with me slow. I'm taking y'all somewhere. My son had an issue in school, right? So I get called to the school. I get into the classroom and my son's sitting there, arms all crossed, he huffing and puffing. And I say, what am I doing here? How did I get here? So he's, man, hold up. Wait a minute. Ma'am, what happened? Well, your son came in my class. First of all, we have a no headphone rule in school. We have a no headphones rule. You're not supposed to have headphones in here, but he's walking around school, but he came in my classroom and he had his headphones in and he couldn't hear me calling his name. He couldn't even hear the other students calling him to tell him I was calling his name. So I called his name even louder. And he got mad because I called his name loud. So he went off on me and he started disrespecting me, right? So I turned to my son. Son, how did I get here? What am I here for? Wait, hold up. Is there a rule? Is there a rule at this school that you're not supposed to be having headphones in? Yes, there's a rule. Oh, okay. Let's stop there. Now, let's move to the next step. Because we're not going to jump from A to Z, right? Because at some point in time, I wasn't here. How did I get here? How did I get here? Something transpired that I'm here now. So right now, I'm looking at a bad decision made by you. A bad decision made by you, son. You broke a rule. Let's continue. Did you come across this teacher's threshold with headphones in your ears? Yeah, but I was, no, stop. Yes or no? Yes. Is that against the rules? Don't tell me nothing else. Just tell me, is that against the rules? Yes or no? Yes, right? Okay. So now, let me ask you a question. Who are you really mad at right now that you have to deal with me right now? Who are you really mad at? You mad at the teacher? Who made that decision? Who made that decision for you to walk in this school with headphones in it? Wait a minute. Who made that decision for you to come across that teacher's threshold into her classroom to where you couldn't hear her call your name or the students call your name? Who made that decision? The teacher? The principal? Me? Who you really mad at right now? Did you make the decision to get disrespectful with this teacher, which ends up having me called? This is how I got here, huh? This is how I got here, huh? So one thing we're going to understand right now, son, is you're not mad at the teacher. You're not mad at me. You're mad at yourself. Because you made a bad decision on top of another bad decision, on top of another bad decision, which ended me here. So now we're dealing with Jacob Blake. Now I'm asking people, right? Now I'm asking people, how did the police end up getting in this man's life for him to even be shot? How did we even get to that point? So we're not going to just jump. He didn't just get shot for just out of the clear blue sky. But the thing is, because he's our color, we want to ignore all the facts. We want to push all of the facts under the table and ignore accountability. So I asked on my page, right? Because people calling me all kind of names, disrespecting me, right? This is the thing. How did the police get in this man's life this day? Because I'm going to go along with what came across on the police radio. On the police radio, it said Jacob Blake is here. Now, see, and the points I'm about to bring up is something I want y'all to think about, because you're tearing your own cities down and burning your own cities up over bad decision making. But our people, because he's our color, we don't want to face bad decision making. We don't want to take the mirror and turn it around and look ourselves in that mirror, right? So, according to the police tape, there's the dispatcher says Jacob Blake is not supposed to be here. That's a problem. That's a problem. So, I got people coming at me. Right? Let me get out the chat. I got people coming at me saying, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he was supposed to be there or not. It has everything to do with him supposing to be there or not. See what I'm saying? We'll look over everything else to get to where we want to get to. Wait a minute. So I asked a question. I said, if I get a phone call from a woman who's a married woman, right? I get a phone call from a married woman and she says, hey, my husband's gone. My husband's gone. Come through. Come through. He's gone. Right? And I say, oh, he gone? All right. Get through there. Give me 10. Right? Now, I get to this man's house. This man's not there. I get into this man's bed. Right? Hold on, brother. Hold on, Mama Bear, sister Mama Bear. Hold on. That doesn't give him a reason to shoot. See what I'm saying? We're gonna skip everything to get to. There's no reason to shoot him. Hold on. Now, my question is this: if we want to play race about everything, right? I'm in this man's bed because I think this man's not there, right? I think this man's not there. This man comes home early, finds me in his bed with myself inserted in his woman, and he shoots me and he paralyzes me in that bed. Tell me, could he have shot me if I wasn't there? Could he have shot me if I wasn't somewhere I wasn't supposed to be? Hold on. That's all I'm asking. Could he, if I wasn't in somewhere I had no business being, could that man have shot me? No. If I was at home with my wife, right, I wouldn't have been in that man's bed, right? So what I'm saying is, show me where that's racist at. Because y'all love to jump to the racist shit. How is that racist? Is that racist that I was in that man's bed somewhere I had no business being? Because the dispatcher said Jacob Blake is not supposed to be here, right? There's a reason she said that. I don't know what the reason was, but he wasn't supposed to be there. So now I'm going to ask you, who made that choice for Jacob Blake to be somewhere he wasn't supposed to be? Who made that choice? The racist white person? The racist white cops that's out here killing black folks? Who made that decision? How did we get to, because at this point in time, this is what I want, I walk slow. At this point in time, no police are in his life. No police are in his life at this point in time. This is all about a bad decision. It's all about a bad decision. How is this about race at this point in time in the story? At this point in time in the story, we're not even dealing with a shooting yet. We're not even dealing with a shooting yet. Right now, we're just dealing with a decision that nobody wants to talk about. That y'all want to sweep under the rug because he's our color. Nobody wants to talk about the bad decision he made. If he didn't make that, if I didn't make that bad decision to go get in that man's bed, that man couldn't have shot me, right? Jacob Blake was somewhere he had no business being. He wasn't supposed to be there. Who made that decision? I didn't make that decision for Jacob Blake. That's a grown man. The racist white folks, the racist white caps out here that y'all say is killing all black people didn't make that decision for Jacob Blake. But you don't want to talk about that bad decision. You just want to jump to the shooting. Let me ask you another question. The dispatcher said he's taking the complainant's keys and doesn't want to give them back. He's not giving them back. All right. Tell me how that's racist. At this point in time, since everybody wants to throw race, they want to skip A, B, C, D and jump to Z. How is this racist that this man took somebody's keys and didn't want to give them back? Now, we already got one bad decision, right? We got one bad decision that you made a choice to be somewhere you had no fucking business being. I've made plenty bad decisions in life, but guess what, Alvaro? I own up to my shit. Ask me how many times I've been to jail and I didn't run and I didn't fight the cops and all of that. I said, oh shit, I'm caught. I'm gonna go sit down. And I made it home to see my family again. We'll get to all of that. See what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. How many bad decisions did you make in life? Nobody wants to talk about accountability. This is a grown man.
So why do you think that is? Because I see him coming across the chat too, asking them questions.
Yeah.
So what? I mean,
I don't want to deal with accountability. He's making bad decision on top of bad decision. Who told him to take that lady's key? Who told him? Who told him to do it? The racist white cops that shot him? Who told him? How did the police even get in your life? How did we get here? How did we get to the police even in your face? Is all I'm asking. We don't want to talk about the bad decisions. Somebody called about you taking the keys and trying to leave in somebody's car. Hold on. With children in the back seat of the car. With children in the back seat of the car. Nobody wants to talk about these bad decisions this brother made. And this is who y'all rioting for? This is who y'all rioting for? Nobody wants to talk about the bad decisions that led up to police even coming into your life. Because at some point in time, in that day, there were no police in your life, sir. There was no police in your life. How did they get there? Could it possibly have been by bad decisions you made? Let me show y'all what I'm talking about bad decisions, right? Have y'all ever seen somebody at a press conference or a funeral and they're crying, oh my gosh, why did he have to go to that lady's house? I told my brother, don't go to that lady's house. She had a husband and he kept going over there. Yeah. And that husband killed her. I wish he would have never. Why did he have to do that? Why did he have to go there? Bad decisions. Bad decisions. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Nobody wants to talk about why your brother dead because he's in somebody's bed. This is the shit we want to sweep up under the rug. Nobody wants to talk about why does he have this lady's keys and not giving it back? Why is he trying to leave with kids in the car? Nobody's fake outraged about them kids. Nobody's fake outraged. Nobody wants to talk about the decisions this man has made previously before that day. He has a long list of domestic violence, strangulation, brandishing a firearm. He's no angel. We're not talking about your neighborhood dad who runs the football team, who was at the lemonade stand being peaceful or taking his daughter to the birthday party. We're not talking about this. We're talking about an actual criminal doing criminal shit. Nobody wants to talk about that. You get what I'm saying? We're skipping over that to get to the shooting. Wait a minute. Who told him? Why were they trying to apprehend him when they got there? If you don't have no warrants, right? If you don't have no warrants, go quietly. If they're wrongly arresting you, you got a lawsuit. So, if they're wrongly arresting you, why are you fighting? All right. So, if we know we are up against the wall with police brutality, right? Racism. If we know the cops have a history of doing some crazy stuff to us, I'm gonna ask this question: why would you put yourself in a position to give them a reason to shoot you in the back? If you already know we got our back against the wall, why wouldn't you comply and give yourself a chance? So I was telling people, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from Cleveland, right? I don't know how it is now, but during the times when I was getting arrested, right? During the time when I was being arrested, we were the number 5 segregated city, right? We were the number 5 segregated city in America. I've been to jail in every county in Cleveland. Never once did I give the police a reason to tussle with me, to chase me, to tase me, or to shoot me in the back. Why? Because in my head, I'm going to give myself a chance, knowing that it's some messed up police officers out here in this world doing dirt to us, doing dirt to our people. Knowing this, I'm going to give myself a chance, at least try to give myself a chance to make it back home to my family. Decision making. I'm going to give myself a shot. Maybe I do got a racist cop right here on talking to me. But I'm not going to struggle and fight with him and give him a reason to shoot me in the back. If you know this, is what I'm saying. If you know this. That's all I'm saying, bro. If you know this, why wouldn't you take the steps to give yourself a chance to make it back home to your family? Now, I've done this. I've been arrested many a times, even down here in Georgia, right? If any of you know about Forsyth County, down here in Georgia, oh, yeah, the most racist you could run across, right? I got stopped out there. I went to jail out there. Ain't nothing in Forsyth but black people and low-class white people. That's it. When I got stopped on that dark highway that night, on my way to Macon, Georgia, on that dark black highway, when that cop pulled up on the side of me, looked at me, saw it was a black man in that car, and he passed me up and he called for the next one. I got out that car. I did what he said. I went to the back of that car. He said failure to, Now, this is the thing. Watch this. Decision making, right? This is what I'm talking about. I was already in the bed. Watch this. I was already in the bed in Atlanta. This was after 12 o'clock midnight. I was already in the bed in Atlanta. Already. I chose to get out that bed. The racist white cops that's killing people didn't make me do this. Didn't make me do this. I chose to get out that bed, hop in my car with no license and Ohio tags on my car, and try to drive 2 hours to Macon. Who told me to do that? The racist white cops that's out here killing people? Who told me to do that? Huh? I got stopped on that dark highway, that pitch black dark highway, by some racist white cops. Not once did I give them a chance to chase me, tase me, struggle with me, fight me. I didn't get combative. I didn't get argumentative. I did what the fuck they said. I went to jail, and I'm here, lived another day to see my family. All I'm saying is accountability, decision making, choices. This brother, now this is who y'all are rioting for. He chose to be somewhere he had no business being. That's what was said on the police scandal. He chose to take somebody's keys. This is what y'all are rioting for. This dude, his bad decision making. But this is what y'all don't want to talk about. He chose to take somebody's keys, right? And not give them back. When the police got there, for some reason, they felt the need to detain him. Now, it could have easily been for maybe a restraining order that we ain't heard about, because he has a long list of domestic violence. More decision making he did. Beating on our women. I'm going to assume it's our women. More decision making he's doing. Beating on our women. Nobody's outraged about that. Nobody's outraged about that. But he chose to take them keys. Now, like I was saying, this could be a possible restraining order. Just the fact that the person said he's not supposed to be there. Right? So it could possibly be a restraining order. The reason he didn't want to get arrested, he might have been violating a restraining order. Or he could have had a warrant, right? An open warrant for his arrest. If you know you have an open warrant or restraining order on you, why would you be getting in trouble? You should be laying low. And I'm just saying, who told him to start fighting the officers as they was trying to detain him? If you don't have a warrant, go county. Lawsuit. You get what I'm saying? If you're doing nothing wrong, why are you fighting? If you know we have our backs against the wall, why not give you guys? Who told him? Another decision. Where they were fighting at that car was at the back of the car, right? Where I'm sure those children were sitting at. So now, not only are you making a decision, a bad decision, to fight law enforcement, right? You're now making a decision to fight law enforcement, but you also are doing it right in front of the children. So now, right? We're dealing with child endangerment. He didn't care about that. This man y'all are rioting for, tearing down your cities for. He didn't care about none of that. He didn't care about the decision he made to be somewhere he didn't have no business being. He didn't care about trying to steal somebody's car or didn't want to get the keys back. He didn't care about this shit. This is the shit y'all rioting over. He didn't care about fighting with the officers. He didn't care about fighting with the officers in front of the children. Where's the fake outrage for all of this?
They still didn't have to shoot him.
Right. But How did you even get to the part of you getting shot? This is bad decision making on top of bad decision making on top of bad decision making by a criminal who has a record of being violent. Right? So now you're trying to fight. Why? Why is there a fight? Why? And your kids is right there. You didn't care. You didn't care. So now you break free out of the fight, right? Now you're coming around the car. You're coming around the car. You're being ordered to stop. You make the decision, sir. You. The white man didn't tell you to keep going. You, sir, made the decision to keep going. This wasn't your first time. This wasn't your first time resisting arrest, sir. This wasn't your first time having a deadly weapon, sir. You already admitted to them that you had a knife in the driver's side of the floor. They already knew you had that, right? They're trying to get you to stop on your own. You. See what I'm saying? We choose to ignore accountability. These are decisions this man made. The man y'all are rioting for. The man y'all are rioting for. The man that beats on his women. The man that puts his children in danger. This is who y'all are rioting for and tearing up your city for, right? Now, he's coming around the car, right? I don't care about you police. I don't care about your orders. I don't care about giving myself a chance to make it home to my family safely, even if I have to go to jail first. He didn't care. So now, we're coming around to the car. Now, here we go to the shooting, right? Let's get to the shooting. Now, I don't know what world some of y'all live in. Maybe some of y'all ain't never had a gun put on you. Maybe some of y'all, listen, I've had a gun put in between my eyes. And I'm talking about instantly on the sidewalk. I've been shot, right? I had a gun put right in my face, between my eyes, in a split second. As soon as I turn around, it's right? I've had that done. So some of y'all maybe don't understand this, how quick you can grab a weapon out of nowhere, right? I had a gun put right between my eyes. I'll never forget this. And all I saw was my light flash. All I said was, damn, he about to shoot me in my face on this sidewalk. And I'm not going to get to tell my kids goodbye. I'm not going to get to tell my mama bye. I had that happen to me. I had somebody walk up on me instantly in a conversation. Can I use your phone right quick? Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you use it. And up that gun on me. Put it in my side. Quick. Put it in my side. Said, you scream, I shoot. Instantly. Split second. I didn't see no gun. Put it in my side. I remember that steel hit my elbow, poking in my side. Instantly. Bam. You scream, I shoot. Some of y'all, I don't know what world some of y'all live in, that y'all don't know how quick you can pull a weapon. So now he's coming around to the car. He opens the car door. Who made that decision to open that car door? The white racist white cops that's telling you to stop? Huh? The racist white cops that y'all say is killing everybody, all the black people around the world? Right? They told him to do that? Or did he tell himself to do that? How did we get to him getting shot? Nobody wants to talk about the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We just want to jump from A to motherfucking Z. We don't want to talk about accountability. Now, you're going to the door. You open the door with your children in the back seat of that car, where you have admitted to having a deadly weapon. See, I gotta walk slow. All that jumping and getting emotional and jumping from A to Z and, oh, they didn't have to shoot him 7 times. Hold on, we're gonna get to that shit. You open the door. Put your children, huh? putting you open the door with your children back there, right? Nobody's outraged. Nobody's outraged about the fact he put his children's or whoever's children's life in danger. Nobody's protesting that. Them kids ain't have nothing to do with nothing. Those children had nothing to do with his dumb decision making. But nobody wants to talk about that because he's our color. Because he's our color. Nobody wants to address those facts. Now, people say, there's still no reason. You can't justify 7 shots in the back. Shit, me, you can't. I don't know why, what kind of world some of y'all live in. Have y'all never seen somebody get shot and eat them bullets? So I was telling them about Cleveland, Ohio. I've been looking for this video. If somebody runs across this video, please shoot me the video so I can show everybody. There was a dude in Cleveland, Ohio, was pistol whipping. He had a weapon. He was walking up on this girl and he was pistol whipping his girl, beating her. So they're yelling, stop, drop the gun. He pistol whipping this woman. They shot the mess out of him. Pow, 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 pow. That nigga was like, He ate them bullets, went right back to the girl, and he ate them bullets and still approached the girl. They filled that nigga full of holes. So what I'm saying to you is, if he opened that door and he's leaning in, reaching to an area where he said, he admitted, and the knife was recovered. He said, he admitted he had a deadly weapon in there. Just because he said he had a knife doesn't mean he didn't have a firearm too. You know how many times people fail to mention they got some weed in the console? You know how many times people fail to mention they had a firearm in the side of the door? So just because he mentioned the knife doesn't mean he didn't have a firearm in there. Also, it could have been a firearm sitting right there next to the knife. So they're pulling his shirt. Listen, he bust on him because he's reaching towards a deadly weapon area. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. He's still moving. Because in the video, you can see he's still pulling him. So obviously he was still reaching. So he let off again. Boom, 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 boom. It happens. I don't know what world y'all live in. It happens. No, 7 shots is not overkill. I would have shot dude 10 times if he didn't drop. Because let me show you how easily he could have grabbed that. He could have grabbed that weapon and easily shot. Bam. People have let off shots after being shot. Y'all act like that don't happen. Y'all act like that don't happen. People have been shot and still have let off return fire after being shot. So if I done hit the dude and he's still pulling me, reaching for that area, I don't know if he's got a knife, or I don't know if he's got a weapon down there where he can easily let off 2 shots before he died and hit me. Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. Oh yeah, I'd have lit him up 10 times, 12 times. Yes, if you ain't drop, I'm gonna do it until you drop. I'm gonna do it until you drop. So this is what I'm telling y'all, right? Everybody, oh, you can't justify this, right? But let's say it was your family member that was that law enforcement. Let's say it was your family member. This was your husband that was that officer. This was your son that was that officer, right? You did all of this. You done got in a fight with the nigga. You done did all of this, right? This was your family. This was your husband. This was your son that came home and said, Mom, I shot him 3 times because he was pulling, he was leaning. He didn't, after I shot him, he was still pulling me. You can see me still pulling the shirt. Right? Right? So, Mom, this you talking to your mama. This is you talking to your mama. Right? Mama. He was still pulling. That's why I shot him some more times until he stopped. Listen, have y'all ever seen anybody that's on drugs? Have y'all ever seen anybody that's full of cocaine? On meth? On wet? I know in Cleveland a while back, wet was the thing back then. Do y'all know how strong people are when they're on drugs? Could he have possibly been on drugs and them bullets, he was numb? He was numb and them bullets did nothing to him? So he kept reaching and he let go 4 more times? This is what I'm saying. Nobody wants to talk about that accountability that led up to him getting shot. Nobody wants to talk about that because we're ready to holler injustice and race and woo, 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 woo. Right? We're ready to jump there, but nobody wants to talk about how did the police even get in your life that day? Because at some point in time, the police wasn't even in your life that day. How did they get there, sir? How did they get there? Nobody wants to talk about that. I can't shoot you. So this is what I'm saying. I go to a bank, right? And I reach my hand over there in that drawer, and I take some shit, and I'm not trying to give it back. Who made that decision? Now police are called. Now police are called on me because I did some shit I shouldn't have been doing. I did some shit I shouldn't have been doing. Who told me to reach over there? Them racist white cops that's out here killing all of us? Who made that decision for me to reach my hand over in that drawer and take that money out? And now I got the police called on me. But now I want to blame the police for being called because I did some dumb shit. Let me give you one more, bro, real quick. I get a call from the homeboys, right? And the homeboys say, hey, bro, listen, I'm out here, nigga. I'm out here in Stone Mountain. I'm out here in Marietta where the rich folks at. Hey, my nigga, we got a lick out here at this rich folk house. 10 G's a piece. We can easily leave out 10 G's a piece, right? And I say, oh shit, I'm on my way. I'll be there. I'll meet you there. Right? Now, I get to this house with my partner, and I come through these people's door, or I come through these people's window, and I get shot the fuck up because they home, and I thought they wasn't, and I get shot the fuck up. Who told me to come through who told me to enter them people's house? Who told me to be somewhere I had no business being? Because at some point, I wasn't at them people's house. How did I get there? At some point, I didn't even know who these people were. Huh? How did I get into at some point I wasn't at these people's house? I made a decision. So now I come through these people's door or they window and they fill me up with hoes and I'm paralyzed. Where was the racist part in that shit? Where was the racist part in you making that decision to do some shit you shouldn't have been doing? Where was the racist part? Where was the racist part that told Jacob Blake to be somewhere he shouldn't have fucking been? Where was the racist part that told him to fight in front of them kids? Who told him to do this stuff? We're not going to take accountability. We're just going to jump all the way to Z, right? Who told him to open that door?
Nobody told him to open the door. Nobody. But man, listen, come on, man, you got to get on these cats who's asking these questions. Here you got one of the Hebrew Israelites saying, I don't care what he did. You don't shoot a man 7 times. That's rage and hate. Bottom line.
But check this out. If that was their family member, if that was their husband or their son, they'd be right at that podium saying, he told me what happened and he told me why he did it because he wanted to make it home to his family too. That's what you would be saying about your son, your husband, your child, who was that police officer. That's what you would be saying at that microphone. That's exactly what you'll be up there saying.
Okay,
but because it ain't, and you want to jump on this bandwagon of not taking accountability, and you want to jump on this bandwagon of the white man, but you're not going to talk about them decisions you made to get the white man in your fucking life. At some point in time, the white man wasn't in your life that day. How did he get there?
So this sister says, so you're telling us that it's not murder, which you're not saying. And this is what I mean when I'm saying, do we ever think of shit? He's not saying that it's not murder. Because the dude ain't dead. So how is it murder?
No.
You see that?
And that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. We see what we want to see, and we ignore what we want to ignore. You get what I'm saying? All because they are one of us. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. I'm not easily impressed. Same way y'all was so impressed about Grandmaster Flash J, whatever that dude name is. This is what I'm talking about. I told y'all, I said, what was y'all so impressed about? What did he do at Stone Mountain? It was a parade. It was a parade. But guess what? You couldn't see that because all you see is the black fist up in the corner of the picture. But you're not looking at the whole picture. All you see, this is how they infiltrate us. This is how they play on our emotions. Y'all don't want to look at accountability. I'm asking y'all, if he had been home or with somewhere else and not somewhere he hadn't been, how could those police have shot him? I asked them on that page. My comments was dry. Because you're not going to tell me him not being there had nothing to do with him being shot. How did he get the police called on him? If he was at home minding his own business, how would the police have been called on him to that address? We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to. And then y'all say his police record has nothing to do with anything. Shitting me, it don't. This is why they run your record. They have to know when they pull up, they have to know what they're dealing with. They have to know who they're coming up against. Stop the games. Somebody got to tell me. Somebody in this chat got to tell me if that brother, because the officer said he is not supposed to be there. Let's stop there. Let's stop the story there. No police is in his life at this point in time.
Man, listen, I want you to get these people in the chat, man, that's justifying this dude is going around beating the shit out of women, putting his kids in harm's way on his emotions, and everybody's acting like, and nobody's saying that, yeah, the police kill us every day because you're a prisoner. You got to remember that. He knows that, and he's
nobody's saying we don't know that. We know this, right? So now I'm saying, if you know this, why would you make it even easier for them to kill you? Why would you fight? These are things he was doing. Why would you fight? Why would you resist? Why would you walk away? Why wouldn't you give yourself a chance if you know this is what we deal with? I always gave myself a chance. So, watch this. Anybody in here, black men, I'm a melanated brothers. Anybody in here been stopped by the police before? I'm sure you have. How did you make it home to your family? What did you do? What did you do to make it back home to your family? I'll tell you what I did every time. I'll tell you what I did every single time. I said, hey, this might be one of them racist cops. I'm not going to fight. First of all, what I've always done is take accountability of my actions. You know what? When I got stopped in Macon down there or whatever, you know what I said to myself? This is what I said to myself. You got to go sit down, Callie. You should have stayed your butt in that bed. Now you got to go sit in jail. You knew you ain't had no license. Accountability. That's what that's called. That's what that's called. Nobody wants to talk about those kids in that back seat. That brother took no accountability at the fact them kids was in that back seat. He didn't care. And this is who y'all are rioting for, tearing down y'all. I'm not rioting for that. This ain't the neighborhood dad out here. This upstanding citizen who was at the lemonade stand helping the kids raise money. This ain't him. This nigga has a record of beating women, strangulation, sexual assault, resisting arrest, brandishing a firearm. This ain't your innocent. Yeah, no, copper color tie. I be talking about that all the time. I talk about that all the time, copper color tie, about creating our own security, our own police type thing. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, everybody wants to skip past A, B, C, D, E, F, G and jump to Z. All because he's one of us. Because he's the same skin color as us. That's what gets y'all messed up. Y'all got to understand, excuse me, we're in a battle of good and evil. Good and evil. Righteous, unrighteous. That's what we're dealing with here. Everything ain't about race. Everything's not about race. The things even our own people do to create defamation of character is sad. How is this defamation of character? How is this defamation? Is he saying is he saying that about me? The things they and even our own people do to create a defamation of character. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's talking about me or not, because nigga, I didn't tell that nigga to show up at somewhere he wasn't supposed to be. I didn't tell that nigga to beat on women. Right. What are we talking about? I didn't tell that nigga to get sexual assaults and brandishing a firearm and resisting arrest. How's that defamation of character? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, see what our people do and say for defamation of character. That's the shit I'm talking about. That's the shit I'm talking about. Nobody wants to take accountability. Nobody told that man to do that stuff. I didn't say the cops were on the good side. See what I'm saying? Didn't I just say this? We hear what we want to hear. We see what we want to see. We ignore what we want to ignore. Who said the cops were on the good side? Who said that?
You know, you know what I always see is that we don't even pay attention to what's being said. Our emotions just take over. We're not like you say, we don't take accountability for nothing. It's always somebody else's fault. And that's what the Negro does. They don't talk about all these brothers. You know how many brothers I talk to that's been shot up by other brothers who just robbed them?
Ain't no fake outrage about that.
Ain't no outrage about that.
No outrage about that, right? Right. So this brother, so he deserves those 7 shots. And the white boy that shot up the church gets to go to Burger King. I don't know nothing about the white boy. I don't know why they took him to Burger King. Those are 2 different officers. Those are different officers. Those weren't the same officers in this case. I don't know. How are you going to ask me about something else? What does the white boy going to Burger King have to do with the decisions that guy made in this situation? What does the white boy going to Burger King?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you why. This is what we always do. That means that we don't have to talk about what you're talking about.
Exactly.
That's all it means.
Exactly. What does that white boy that shot up that church in South Carolina have to do with what does that white boy who shot up that church in South Carolina have to do with the way I conducted myself in my police stop? And I made it home to my family. What does what he did have to do with me getting stopped on that dark highway in Macon, Georgia? Huh? Why are you asking me about a white boy and I'm dealing with the police right here, right now? I don't know why they took that nigga to Burger King. They ain't take me to Burger King, but they ain't shoot me neither. They ain't take me to, but they ain't kill me neither. And I've been arrested a lot of times. Up and down this East Coast. Not one time was I ever shot. I don't know why they took the nigga to Burger King. What does that matter? Why are we worried about the white boy going to Burger King? What does that have to do with why this nigga was somewhere he had no business being? Well, the white boy went to Burger King, so I'm going to go somewhere I ain't got no business being. And that's what I'm going to... What? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Why are you asking me about the white boy? That's what I'm talking about. We always worried about white people and what they're doing. Because we don't want to turn that mirror around and answer what the fuck are we doing? I asked y'all. Nobody can fucking tell me what the fuck does the white boy shooting up that church have to do with what I went through in any of my arrests. All I know is, thank you, the man in the mirror. Hello. I can't tell you why white people get off. I can't tell you. All I do know is we're not on the same playing field, right? I know that. I know that. Right? So when I get stopped, what are you talking about?
Dude, I put these up there so you can see where we're at. You know what? Nobody, all these people who are, "Oh, the police didn't have to shoot them." You know what?
Yeah.
None of these people have said. They didn't even hear what you said in the first part about accountability. They don't talk about this dude doing what he's doing. They don't talk about nothing.
None of
But
that.
like you say, they get
They
right
get
to
all the way to
they
Z.
get right to the emotional part.
That's all they want to do. That's all they want to do. I brought up many points, starting from A all the way to the car. I walked y'all all the way to the car. Yeah, what is the rituals he talking about? What rituals is he talking? He must be talking about that at the mounds. It's got to be what he's talking about. When we went to the mounds on the man, go ahead. We ain't even talking about that. See what I'm saying? Like, bro.
They do that so they don't have to have the accountability.
Yeah.
That's all I see. Because this dude is telling you what this cat was doing. You don't even look at the story. You just look at the police shooting people in the ass like they do every day, like you do every day. But you say nothing when we do it, ever. You don't care about these little kids out here getting fucked over and killed by these Hebrew Israelites and all these other dumb fucks that's doing dumb shit. But you always want, whatever the TV show you, that's what your dumb ass will get behind. If the TV don't say it, you won't even think about it. So please.
Yeah, and let me say this too. And Joe 47, you are definitely right. That man made them decisions, nobody else. That's what y'all don't want to talk about. The decisions. And he made them in front of his children. Now, Copper Color Tie, I'm with you on the whole thing. See, this is what I be talking about. It's more, if any of you been following me and y'all, y'all know I always talk about us putting ourselves in position to change our own conditions, right? Just what Copper Color Tie is saying. Why not create our own securities and police forces and stuff? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we know this is what we're dealing with, why not we create our own to protect our own? You get what I'm saying? That's putting yourself in a position to change your conditions. But guess what? That's too much like right. That's too much like right, and that's too much work. They say, how much did they pay you? Yeah. That's too, see what I'm saying? It's people like that. There's people like that, and that probably ain't even no melanated person. They ain't even got a picture up. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Situations like that. You put yourself in a position to change your conditions and stop crying about it. Stop whining about it. If you know the police is messed up, why are we not creating our own police systems? All these celebrities out here, all these rappers, singers, actors, all these, and they going through the same thing. These basketball players, LeBron running around here talking about we scared. Well, nigga, put some money up, nigga. How about you and all your basketball players create us a police force? Y'all got the bread. Lil Boosie crying. He on IG, he on social media crying about his Instagram being taken, but yet and still he flashing hella money every day in our face. But he won't take that money and create his own platform. No, because it's easier to cry. It's easier to say the white man. This nigga's actually crying about the white man taking his IG when he has the money to actually create his own platform. But that's too much like right because Massa, I really want to lay in your house, Massa. Oh no, Massa. Don't make me create my own house, Massa. I can do it, but don't make me do that, Massa, because I'd rather just lay right at your feet, Massa. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, don't make me create my own. Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can definitely do it. I'm very good at creating, Massa. Yeah. It's easier to complain. It's easier to complain. Matter of fact, I complain a lot. I'm glad my brother is in here. My brother Bones, Cab Grand Rising Show. I complain a lot about the messages in our music. I complain a lot about the messages our youth are being presented with. And nobody's challenging this, right? I complain a lot about this. So what do? I get with my brother Bones. Hold on, y'all. Hold on real quick. I get with my brother Bones, and he shows me, hey, brother, we got our own American Indian radio and network platform. I say, what? Man, let me see. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, so this brother shows me he's had this platform for a minute, right? And I said, nobody's working with you on this? And we sit here and we complain and we woo. What? I said, brother, me and you gonna get this. We gonna get this going. What? We're gonna get this going, brother. Yeah, me and you. We're gonna get this American Indian platform going to where we don't have to keep getting banned and censored on YouTube and Facebook and all of that. This brother has had this sitting here, and you mean none of y'all is supporting that? What? Another thing, we complain about getting banned off of, we cry and we whine about getting banned off of YouTube and Facebook. When you got a brother who's an American Indian by the name of Dreads who has his own TrueTube. It's just like YouTube. It's just like YouTube. And we won't even go over there and support him. And he's an American Indian. That brother ain't sit and cry. You know why he created that platform? Because he was tired of being censored. So he said, you know what? I'm going to take these donations up and I'm going to create my own platform, TrueTube. I be telling people about that. And they'll still cry about getting banned and censored and shadow banned and all of that over here. That brother didn't cry and whine. He put himself in a position to change his condition. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, we got, Bone said we have our own. We just got to use it. Exactly. But you know what? That's too much like right. You'd rather complain about the white man's platform. He feared for his life. Who feared for? Oh. Yeah, brother. You know, that's just where I'm at, Kerry, man. I just, you know, us and all of this, all these excuses for people because they look like us. I don't know when y'all are gonna get it through your head. Everybody that look like us ain't for us. I don't know when y'all are gonna get it through your head that division is necessary. I don't know.
One of the reasons that you can tell it was bullshit is because how they show the picture of him all hugged up with his kids, but yet
Yeah,
he put his kids in position to be shot by these cops,
he didn't care.
and we cool with that.
Yep, he didn't care. Nobody's pointing that out. Nobody's pointing these things out. Nobody's pointing the logical things out. Because we want to jump from A and get to the victim. The white man shot him. Oh, the white man did it. The white man. Well, how did the white man end up shooting him? How did he end up somewhere he didn't have no business being? Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. How did he end up there? Why was he there? Why was I coming through somebody's window that I had no business coming through, or their front door? Why was I coming through somebody's window or front door in order for me to be paralyzed and shot and paralyzed or dead? These are the people that one of us can go through a white man's window or his door, kicking his door or something. The white man shoot us dead, and then they'll cry, "Oh, the white man killed him. Oh, let's riot. Let's riot. He was one of us. Who cares who cares he has a history of breaking in people's houses and taking from people and raping women, and who cares? He's one of us."
So let me ask you, Callie, do you think because, and of course it's not all of us, but some of us have that attitude, do you think that's the reason why our emotions are always manipulated,
Yep,
especially in the media?
yep, yep. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And they know this. And they know this. I mean, listen, they already know we're the type of people, we ain't finna go research nothing. We ain't going to research nothing. We're not going to look deeper than the surface. Whatever they give us, that's what we running with. That's what we gonna run with. Whatever they give us. You get what I'm saying? I don't know who that dude's talking to. You know, yeah, I feel like they definitely play on our emotions. You get what I'm saying? They definitely play on our emotions. They know, hey man, they know, you know, we're not gonna look any deeper than this. All we saw was
What they showed us.
what they showed us, right? So they show you now. They show you him just at that point walking around the car. But in the other video that they not too many people are showing, they show him tussling with the people. How did we get to a point of a tussle? Nobody's gonna ask that. How did we even get there? Y'all ain't never been in a situation where your mama told you not to do something, go somewhere, right? And then you go somewhere and you get in trouble wherever you're at, right? And then you got to face your mama, and your mama be like, "Well, what was you doing there anyway? You had no business there. Didn't I tell you to stay away from there?" You see what I'm saying? Decisions. So you made the decision to go there anyway after I told you not to go there, huh? So you just go, y'all ain't never heard that conversation before? Yeah. Decisions. And see, those of you who don't want to look at who just want to look at skin color, and you want to defend everything because you want to defend everything just because it's our color, right? You are the ones that are going to be bad for our youth. You're going to be bad for our youth because, see, now you're going to teach them to ignore facts, get in their feelings, and support anything that look like us, no matter if it's right or wrong. That's a handicap. You're harming them. You're not helping them because everybody that look like us ain't right and they ain't for us. And y'all defending and not making people take accountability for their actions. That's a grown man. Y'all are out here tearing down your cities over who made bad decision on top of bad decision on top of bad decision on top of bad decision, which led to him being shot. All right, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. All right. So I agree with y'all. I agree. There were some racist cops. I agree. There were some racist cops, and I agree. They shot him in the back. That was excessive. That was some racist shit. I agree. Now what? Now what?
Oh, dude's gonna get up out the bed and walk away.
Yeah. Now what? I agree with you, right? What does that have to do with the bad decisions he made? I agree with you. I'm gonna take that argument away from you right now. I agree with you. I agree with you. Those were racist cops. They were shooting them in the back was unjustified. I agree with you. Now, let's rewind. How did we get here? How did he end up running into them racist cops? See what I'm saying? That's how I think. Okay, I agree with you. Now what? Now what? We're not going to talk about how he ended up running into these racist cops that we know exist out here? Huh?
So what do you think that whole situation, what do you think that did for his kids or to his kids?
Yeah, speaking of that. Speaking of that. Where's the outrage? Where's y'all outrage? Why y'all ain't tearing up y'all city at the fact that he didn't care about them kids in that back seat, and at the fact that those kids could be forever traumatized mentally now from what they saw? Where's the outrage for that? Where y'all fake outrage for that? Those kids might be traumatized mentally after seeing that, scared to death, anxieties, all kind of things. Mentally, they hear a boom outside, they hear a balloon pop or something, traumatized the rest of their life. Who cares about that? Where's y'all fake outrage about that? He did that. He chose to go to that car and open that door. This is who y'all riding for. This is who y'all riding for. I'm not riding for that dude. I'm not riding for that dude. I'm not protesting for that dude. He wasn't no leader in the community, helping our community. He and out here helping our kids. He out here raping women, sexually assaulting people, domestic violence, resisting arrest. I'm not riding for that dude. You ride for him. You ride for him. I'm gonna ride for something that's worth riding for. I'm a protest for something that's worth protesting for. I'm gonna stand up for something that's worth standing up for. Not no criminal nigga making bad decisions. Bad decision on top of bad decision on top of bad decision on top of bad decision that led to him getting shot. I'm not riding for that. You ride for that garbage. I'm not riding just because he's our color. He got to take accountability. And guess what he's doing right now? Paralyzed. Taking accountability for those bad choices he made. One way or the other, you're going to say you're going to be accountable. Had he either went to jail, he was going to be accountable for being somewhere he had no business being, with an open warrant or a restraining order, or what, for whatever reason he was there and wasn't supposed to be there. Had he went to jail, he was going to be being accountable for that. Had he got shot and killed, that was him taking accountability for his bad decision making. Now look at him. He's paralyzed. Maybe he won't walk again. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. With the possibility of him never walking again. Well, he's taking accountability for that, one way or the other. For his bad decision making.
Well, brother, I wanna thank you for sharing with us tonight, and I hope you gave everybody a glimpse at the decisions we make. And it's just not on the cases that you're just talking about, it's on everything we do. This brother's giving you fact on what this cat did, and this sister put up that he even violated a 14-year-old girl. Y'all will skip that.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. You would, and that's what I'm saying. This is what these cats do.
I didn't even know that.
Right.
Who y'all writing for? This is who y'all writing for? Look at his decision making. I'm not writing for that. Y'all got me messed up. Nobody's. Where's y'all outrage for that 14-year-old girl? Where's your outrage? See, this is what I'm talking about. We pick and choose what we want to be fake outraged about. You feel what I'm saying? You outraged about this dude getting shot 7 times in the back, but then your homeboy just came home from jail for shooting 5 people in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And you call him a real nigga. You outraged about this. You know what I'm saying? About this dude making bad decisions, but nobody wants to talk about the uncle at the church that's touching on the little kids and shit. Where's your outrage for that? Y'all kill me. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Well, yo, brother. So you see the work we got to do.
Man, yeah.
You seeing, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I see brothers break in to people's house every day, beat them up. Nobody comes and tells. I mean, and this person could have been something valuable to the community. Nobody come to their aid, but they would do everything in their power to protect the person that violated that person. That's what these new Negroes do. So I understand. I got it, brother.
Yeah, we fake outraged about him getting shot in the back from making bad decisions, but we really have innocent people who are being hurt and harmed. No outrage about that. We got gangbanging going on right in our community. Kids is getting caught in the crossfire. No outrage for that.
Yeah.
Right. Come on, y'all. I didn't even know that 14-year-old girl probably said, yeah. I mean, where's the outrage for all these women he beating up? Ain't no outrage for that. Man, stop it. I'm not rioting for that dude. Y'all tearing y'all city up for this dude's bad decisions, and you're overlooking his bad decisions all because of his skin color. That's where you messed up. That's how y'all got Obama in the office. That's exactly how y'all got Obama in the office. Because he's a smooth talking dude who looks like you, but ain't for you and wasn't for you. The universe is undefeated.
But brother, listen, you got to come back because your filmmaking is bomb, and what you tell me, and we're gonna have the brother on to talk about his TrueTube, and also we're gonna have Bones on talking about the platform that we have up, because we have to start building and using our own platforms.
Yes, even me and you talked about that, right?
Yeah.
We got some things we're gonna work on, right?
Yeah.
We're not gonna sit and cry about things we can change.
And this is what all the people in the group that's with the guy who got shot, you can be with him, but you can't. But you're not going to be with people who are trying to change. That's what you got to understand. Nobody wants to be like that. You have immigrants coming over here dogging you,
Yep.
and you pat them on the back and won't even go buy nothing from your mom and pop store down the street. That's what you Hebrew Israelites do.
Yep.
You won't support your people. You'll support the people in the Middle East. Right, brother?
And let them tell them, and let them tell it. We're God's chosen. What we cursed.
Right.
What we cursed.
Brother, I want to thank you. Your last words closing out.
Hey, man. Somebody asked me, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get out of here. Somebody asked me, why am I so critical? Why does it seem like I'm so critical of black people? And what I had to tell them was, if you pay attention, I'm not critical of positive black people. I'm not critical of our people who are helping to uplift us. I'm not critical of people who are helping move us forward. I'm not critical of that. I'm critical of dumb shit. I'm critical of not thinking for yourself. I'm critical of not thinking deeper than the surface. I'm critical of just being a follower. I'm critical of all of these things. I'm critical of crying oppression in 2020. I'm critical of anything that don't help better us. I'm critical of that. Why? Because I love my people and I'm very passionate about my people, man. You feel what I'm saying? I'm very passionate about my people, and I'm not going to just ride with you just because you look like me. Division is necessary. I don't care what nobody say. Division is necessary. I don't want to stand next to everybody just because they look like me. Like I told y'all, if some of y'all know me and y'all know somebody I used to stand real close to, I protected them. I stood next to them until I found out the bullshit. And I said, oh, yeah, nigga, I can't stand next to you. We ain't the same, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So I just want to say that we got to start, you know what I'm saying, holding ourselves accountable for the things we do. Y'all talk about we can't talk about black on black crime. Why? Because we got to talk about the white man killing us. Y'all talk like we can't chew gum and walk at the same time. We can't talk about the white folks killing us. We can't talk about our own killing us, but we can talk about the white folks killing us. Get out of here. We need to start turning that mirror on ourselves and making ourselves look in that mirror. That's all I'm going to say, man. I'm going to get out of here. Truth speaks. Free your mind. Truth speaks.
See, that's that high calorie logic brother was speaking. So I want to thank him for being here. And I also want to thank you listeners, all the donations. I appreciate that stuff. This shit that we seeing, and like this brother saying, we shouldn't even be watching their TVs and shit. Where's our shit? How come we ain't putting up news? You know why? Because we support everybody else and look down on us. Don't care what happens to us. That's what we're doing. So Callie, thank you, man. I really appreciate you, man.
No doubt. Y'all be safe, man.
All right, brother. And we out. You guys have a nice weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Peace.